सर जैसे आप, इसलिए मैं पाबंद हूँ आपके हुक्म का इस असेंबली के अंदर। वैसे तो कानून कहता है कि आपने मेंटेन करना है डेकोरम हाउस में, इसलिए मैं बैठ गया था कि हाउस में डेकोरम नहीं था। आपकी रिट को इन्होंने चैलेंज किया था, इसलिए मैं बैठ गया था, लेकिन आप हुक्म कर रहे हैं। शायद आपने सस्पेंड कर दिया ये रूल कि ये शोर हंगामा कर सकते हैं। मैं हाजिर हूँ।
मैंने सर कोई रूल सस्पेंड नहीं किया, लेकिन इनकी सीरियसनेस देखें। इस वक्त ये पार्लियामेंटेरियन है और ये कर रहे हैं। आप प्लीज कंटिन्यू करें, प्लीज।
ऑनरेबल स्पीकर, ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स ऑफ दिस ऑगस्ट हाउस, I begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to Almighty Allah, whose infinite blessings, mercy and guidance have enabled us to continue serving the people of Sindh. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I stand before this August House today to present a rupees 3.56 trillion, including a development outlay of rupees 750 billion, with no new taxes budget 2026-27 of the government of Sindh for the 13th time, including 11 consecutive budgets, an honor and responsibility that no other elected representative has ever been entrusted with. At this moment, I also bow my head in gratitude to my late parents, whose values of honesty, hard work and public service continue to guide me, and I thank my family for their unwavering support, patience and sacrifice through this journey of service to the people of Sindh. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I pay tribute to Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, founder of the Pakistan People's Party and former Prime Minister of Pakistan, whose vision of democracy and social justice and public empowerment transformed the political landscape of our country. I also pay homage to Shaheed Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, whose courage, sacrifice and unwavering commitment to democratic values continue to inspire generations of Pakistanis. Before presenting the budget for the financial year 2026-27, I wish to place on record my profound gratitude to President of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Mr. Asif Ali Zardari, for his guidance and steadfast support during these challenging times. I also acknowledge the leadership of Chairman Pakistan People's Party, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, whose vision of people-centered development, social justice and inclusive growth continues to shape the priorities of the government of Sindh. His commitment to welfare of farmers, workers, women, youth and vulnerable communities remains central to our development goals. I also pay tribute to the brave armed forces of Pakistan, whose courage, professionalism and sacrifices continue to safeguard the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our beloved homeland. Recent regional developments have once again demonstrated Pakistan's role as a voice for peace, stability and principled diplomacy. Under the leadership of President Asif Ali Zardari, Prime Minister Mia Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and Chief of Defence Forces Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, Pakistan actively engaged with regional and international partners to support efforts aimed at de-escalation and peaceful resolution during the recent Middle East crisis, reaffirming its position as a nation that promotes peace in the region and stands for dialogue, upholding the canons of international law. Above all, I pay tribute to the resilient people of Sindh. I salute our farmers who continue to cultivate the land despite climatic uncertainty, our workers and laborers whose efforts sustain the economy, our teachers and healthcare professionals who serve with dedication, our entrepreneurs who continue to invest despite economic challenges, and our youth whose aspirations inspire us to build a better future. Honorable Speaker, I rise today to present the budget of the financial year 2026-27 in fulfillment of our constitutional responsibility and with a deep sense of commitment to the people of Sindh. The budget is being presented at a time when the global economy continues to face uncertainty arising from geopolitical tensions, disruptions in international trade, volatility in energy markets, and persistent inflationary pressures. According to the International Monetary Fund, global growth is projected at 3.1% in 2026, while global inflation is expected to remain elevated at 4.4%. Despite these challenges, Pakistan's economy demonstrated resilience during financial year 2025-26. National GDP increased from rupees 114 trillion to rupees 127 trillion. Economic growth improved at 3.5% at 3.7%. Per capita income increased from $1,751 to $1,901, and remittances reached a record $30.3 billion. Yet behind these encouraging indicators, ordinary citizens continue to face considerable hardship. Rising living costs, higher energy prices, and inflation placed significant pressure on household budgets. Inflation averaged at 6.69% during the year and reached 11.7% in May 2026, affecting the purchasing power of families across the country. Climate change also continues to pose a serious challenge to Sindh. The lessons of recent floods remain fresh in our memory. Recovery and reconstruction efforts continue across many districts, while increasing pressures on water resources, agriculture, and urban infrastructure demand sustained attention and investment. At the same time, thousands of young men and women enter the labour market every year seeking education, skills, and employment opportunities. Meeting these aspirations remains amongst our foremost citizens, protect livelihood, and support vulnerable segments of the society. Throughout financial year 2025-26, the Government of Sindh implemented a series of targeted interventions aimed at protecting livelihoods, reducing economic hardship, and supporting vulnerable segments of the society. These measures benefited farmers, workers, fishermen, transport users, traders, and households across the province. Honourable Speaker, one of the most tragic incidents during the year was the devastating fire at Gul Plaza, Karachi on 17th of January 2026. This claimed 72 precious lives and affected approximately 1,208 commercial units and businesses. Recognizing both the human tragedy and the economic devastation suffered by hundreds of families and traders, the government approved one of the largest relief and rehabilitation packages ever extended for a commercial disaster in Sindh. A comprehensive package of rupees 8.45 billion was announced, comprising compensation for bereaved families, direct financial assistance to affected shopkeepers, and compensation for inventory and business losses. Under this package, compensation of rupees 10 million per deceased victim was approved. In addition, 1,208 affected shopkeepers received direct assistance of 500,000 each, and approximately 5.77 billion was released for inventory and business losses. I am grateful to the Karachi Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who worked with us very closely, and all the payments were made on the recommendation of Karachi Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I thank them for their help. Recognizing the challenges faced by our farming community, the government launched one of the largest farmer support programs in province's history. An allocation of rupees 45 billion was made for wheat procurement and farmer support initiatives. Through the Sindh Wheat Growers Support Program, more than 336,000 farmers cultivating over 2 million acres received assistance through the Benazir Hari card. An amount of rupees 43.23 billion was transferred directly to growers, contributing to a 21% in wheat cultivation and a record 28% increase in wheat production across Sindh. Wheat cultivation increased from 3.086 million to 3.879 million acres, while wheat production increased from 3.54 million tons to to a highest ever 4.91 million tons in the province of Sindh. To further reduce production costs, the government allocated rupees 3 billion as fuel subsidy for small farmers holding up to 25 acres. Approximately 331,000 farmers benefited through transparent digital transfers, helping protect farm incomes and sustain agricultural activity. Honorable Speaker, the government also acted to shield citizens from rising fuel prices. Under the People's Motorcycle Fuel Subsidy Program, rupees 4 billion was released to provide direct support to motorcycle owners across Sindh. More than 660,000 beneficiaries have received assistance through a fully digital payment mechanism. Similarly, rupees 2.37 billion was released as fuel differential subsidy for public transport operators. This intervention helped maintain affordable fares and benefited millions of daily commuters throughout the province. Recognizing challenges faced by coastal communities, the government also provided rupees 515 million in fuel support for 2,819 registered small and medium fishing boats, helping sustain livelihoods and economic activity in the coastal district. Further, Sindh contributed rupees 807 million under the Pakistan Energy Relief Plan as a part of coordinated national effort to cushion citizens from rising transportation costs. Honorable Speaker, I now turn to the flagship achievements that have transformed communities, strengthened infrastructure and laid the foundation for long-term prosperity across Sindh. These achievements represent communities restored, homes rebuilt, services expanded, jobs created and opportunities unlocked for millions of citizens across Sindh. Sir, one of the most significant achievements of financial year 2025-26 was the government's ability to sustain development momentum despite challenging economic conditions. Sindh achieved, as I had mentioned earlier, the highest development expenditure in its history, with more than rupees 900 billion invested in development projects and public infrastructure across the province. Last year, we committed to rebuilding homes and restoring dignity to families affected by the devastating floods of 2022. Today, sir, I am proud to report that Sindh People's Housing for Flood Affectees has emerged as the largest owner-driven housing reconstruction program in the world. The program has attracted international financing of approximately $1.675 billion, reflecting the confidence of development partners in Sindh's ability to deliver large-scale projects efficiently and transparently. To date, financing for approximately 1.7 million housing units has been arranged. 1 million houses have already been completed. Of the remaining units, approximately 100,000 houses have reached the roof level, while the remainder are at various stages of construction. A major feature of the program has been the empowerment of women through property ownership. A total of 120,058 land titles have been registered in favor of eligible women beneficiaries, while more than 300,000 women have received ownership and land title documents, making the largest women-led asset transfer program in South Asia. The program has also generated substantial economic activity in rural areas,